What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Court. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful, wonderful day. Wow, we have finally, you're going to want to leave a like on this video. I just know it. We now have confirmation that Bud Light has indeed fired those staff who made the horrendous decision to work with the brand destroyer. You know, I notice you haven't really seen a lot from this individual lately. It's probably because every brand went running for the hills, but that's right. Bud Light has just fired them. Now the question is, will they do the final step? The final step. It's the final step down of apologizing. I do think some people will come back if they apologize, but certainly there will be plenty of people that do not. By the way, I really appreciate you watching me wherever you're watching me. Rumble, YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, wherever you watch, please do subscribe. Next in July, I'm going to start uploading videos to Twitter as well. So lots of stuff going on, and I really, really appreciate you. Thanks for everyone who checked out Coffee Brand Coffee today. We're selling tons of our new cold brew bundle and the orange creamsicle. We've just got so many flavors for you, so hopefully you can check that out. Now, Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch executives responsible for Bud Light disaster have been fired. The Anheuser-Busch executives responsible for the Bud Light disaster reportedly are no longer with the company. Now, if you remember, what Bud Light did was say, "Oh, well, we're just reorganizing," or whatever the case was, right? They're on leave. I knew that wasn't the case, and now we know for sure. Group Vice President for Marketing Daniel Blake and Bud Light Marketing Vice President Alyssa Heinerschneid are both no longer with Anheuser-Busch for their roles in the Dylan Mulvaney debacle, according to texts obtained from a current regional head of marketing by Daily Caller's most prominent journalist, Henry Rogers. Exclusive source. Let's give Henry the shine here then. Two top Anheuser-Busch marketing execs who were placed on leave amid the company shakeup no longer work for the brand, a source inside claims. Anheuser-Busch confirmed in texts obtained by the Daily Caller on Tuesday. Group Vice President for Marketing Daniel Blake and Bud Light Marketing Vice President Alyssa Heinerschneid are gone. According to an obtained text message with current regional head of marketing, the caller is granting an anonymity to the source to discuss legally fraught internal company policy. Quote, "To my understanding, if we publicly announced we would fire, it opened up the potential for them to sue us. That's why we said leave of absence," the source said in a text message obtained by the caller. The wholesalers would have an absolute heyday with leadership if they didn't remove her, the source inside the company also said. To be fair, Daniel Blake was actually awesome. I think he was just caught in the crossfire, but he also did hire her, so that's a fault, the source continues. Wholesalers were told that they are both gone for good by leadership in-person conversations. They already shifted all their direct reports to new people and the head of marketing, the source added in another text message obtained by the caller. So what they're saying is they could not say publicly that they've been fired because they're going to get sued, or they're worried about getting sued. I'm not sure why you would get sued for commenting on that, but perhaps they would say, something like, "Hey, you're smearing our names, and now we can't get a job anywhere else." I'm not sure that Bud Light making a statement would do that. I mean, people are forever going to know. Like, these people are never going to work in beer advertising again. Maybe the boss, because he just had to fall on his sword, I suppose. Wholesalers were told, I got that. Earlier in June, Bud Light parent company Anheuser-Busch opened an email to the caller asking for specifics about Blake and Heinerschneid, but did not reply. The caller specifically asked whether the two were still on leave, whether they were on paid leave or unpaid leave, and whether or not they would be returning to work if they hadn't yet. The company was given multiple days to respond to the deadline. Bud Light has faced heavy criticism and has lost its spot as America's top-selling beer in early June due to a boycott that began after trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney showed off a personalized beer can featuring the influencer's face. I mean, sure. Bud Light released a can featuring a rainbow design and the words "Celebrate Everyone's Identity" with different pronouns printed on the bottle. Heinerscheid, the 39-year-old who allegedly lives in an $8 million apartment close to Central Park, appeared on a podcast in late March to promote Bud Light's new marketing. She said the company needed to update its fratty image and change its out-of-touch humor. The caller obtained leaked images in April that showed Heinerscheid partaking in the same behavior she seems to be criticizing during a Harvard social club event. The photos were obtained from a source who had screenshots of the album on Alyssa Gordon Heinerscheid's Facebook page. The album was named Senior Reverse Initiation Scavenger Hunt, don't really care. It included photos of Heinerscheid and others drinking and holding up rubbers in their mouths. And a 2005 article in the Harvard Crimson describes the university's club as a haven of inebriated ditzes. That's the club she was in. Reports circulated shortly thereafter that Heinerscheid had taken a leave of absence from the company, and Blake took a leave of absence not long after. Given the circumstances, Alyssa has decided to take a leave of absence, which we support. An Anheuser-Busch spokesperson, I'm assuming what they said is, look, you're getting fired, but we're going to give you a massive golden parachute, because that's always the case with these people. They're never like out on their own. You know, all that kind of stuff. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how all this shakes out now, if they actually, if they're actually, how do I say, if they back this up, The caller reached out to Anheuser-Busch media contact multiple times about Blake and Heinerscheid no longer working for the company, but did not receive. Now, update, after the given headline, Anheuser-Busch reached out with the following statement and did not address any of the questions asked by the caller. Quote, given the circumstances, Alyssa has decided to take a leave of absence, which we support in the interest of our employees' safety and privacy. We're not providing any additional information. Daniel is taking a leave of absence in the interest of our employees' safety and privacy. Same exact comment. So what they're saying is, it's interesting. They've been fired. Clearly, they were said, "Hey, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a leave of absence. You're going to keep getting your paycheck for another, I don't know, year, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever the case is." And then at that point, you'll just, once you find a new job, then your leave of absence can end, and then we'll never really have to say that you were fired. Here in the New York Post, Bud Light's still reeling from Dylan Mulvaney fiasco. Yeah, I mean, they're giving away beer. It seems like, Yuengling sales up 25%. And then you had a fake Bud Light commercial going viral after brand releases new ad. The brand has had a rough couple of months, obviously we know, but it's just they're the butt of every joke. It's interesting to me. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I've got to be honest. Bud Light offers free beer over the 4th of July holiday in the wake of Dylan Mulvaney fiasco. Now giving free beer. Now we now know that is via a mail-in rebate. But the fact that they've finally kind of put this out there that they're gone. You see a change has reportedly been made. Infamously, Heinerscheid claimed that Bud Light image was too fratty. Those comments came back to haunt her and seemingly end her career after the brand teamed up with Dylan Mulvaney. The comment went mega viral and was simply no hiding from the disaster Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch found themselves in following the Mulvaney collab. Now both are gone. It's interesting Anheuser-Busch isn't being more public about the decision of them to move on. It would signal to consumers they're taking the crisis sincerely. Instead, Bud Light is busy running ad gimmicks and giving away free beer to try and win customers back. If the claim that both are gone is accurate, it should serve as a warning that there are consequences for going woke and destroying a brand. I mean, I hope, I would hope that, you would have a situation where some of these people understand there's some consequences. Now, it's hard to say. You know, it's hard to say exactly how many of these people will ever face consequences, or if they're just going to go work for some other woke company. But this is an absolute W. Bud Light needs to apologize. Hopefully they will. I don't know if they will or won't. But I also hope that I earned your subscription today. Wherever you're watching, there's a button below. If you're on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, Twitter, you can click the follow button. Please do follow me or subscribe or wherever. It's hard enough to get people to find your video. So hopefully you'll do that. And we'll talk to you again real soon.